Namaste and welcome to Progress Review on Directors. On minimum directors, the board for a private company will have 2 directors, and for a public company, minimum directors is 3. Maximum is 15 for both private and public, but a company can increase the number beyond 15 by passing a special resolution in the meeting of shareholders. Of the directors, only 1/3 can be permanent, in the sense balance has to be retiring and reappointable. Within 30 days of appointment of a director, his consent has to be filed by the company with the ROC. A return containing appointment of directors and other key managerial personnel and a changes therein shall be filed with the registrar within 30 days of appointment or change, and it has to be filed by the company to keep the records of managerial personnel updated at ROC. Director identification number has got the acronym DIN. 2 directors for private, 3 directors for a public company. Maximum 15 can be increased by a resolution of members. Of the directors, 1/3 could be permanent, balance have to be rotational or retiring. Within 30 days of appointment, filing with the ROC. Any change in the key management personnel, appointment or change has to be filed with the ROC in 30 days. DIN stands for Director Identification Number. At every annual general meeting after the first AGM, of the rotational directors, 1/3 or nearest to 1/3 are liable to retire by rotation. Additional directors appointed by the board continue only up to the next annual general meeting. A director may resign by giving written notice to the company. If a director becomes absent from all the meetings held during a period of 12 consecutive months, his seat will become vacant. This is irrespective of whether his absence was with or without leave of absence of the board. A company cannot remove a director if the director was appointed by the tribunal. There should be minimum 4 board meetings in a span of 12 months or 1 year, and between 2 board meetings the gap should not be more than 120 days. 1/3 of the directors retire at every annual general meeting after the first AGM. Additional director appointed by the director continue only up to the next AGM. A director may resign in writing by notice to the company. If a director absents himself for all board meetings held during a consecutive period of 12 months, he shall vacate his post even where he has been absent by seeking leave of the board. A company cannot remove a director appointed by the tribunal. In a year of 12 months, minimum 4 board meetings must be held. Gap between 2 board meetings cannot exceed 120 days. Where a public company has a paid up capital of rupees 10 crore or more, or its turnover is 100 crore or more, or it has got outstanding loans or debentures and deposits of rupees 50 crore or more, exceeding 50 crore to be exact. If any one of these conditions are fulfilled, it is compulsory for a company to have an independent director. An independent director doesn't have any material, financial, pecuniary relationships with the company. its promoters, directors or its holding company, subsidiaries or associates. Means he is independent of any relationship with the organization and its components. The term of an independent director will be up to 5 consecutive years, and his subsequent reappointment has to be with the support of a special resolution. All reappointments require a special. Normally, shareholders approve the appointment of independent directors in their meeting. There is a concept called small shareholder director. He can be appointed for a maximum period of 3 years, and it is only a one-time appointment. There cannot be any reappointment in case of small shareholder directors. Small shareholder means a shareholder who has got value of shares with him not more than rupees 20,000 in face value or nominal value. Compulsory for company to have an independent director based on paid up capital, turnover or outstanding loans, deposits and debentures. An independent director has to be free from any relationship of financial nature, material, with promoter, directors, holding company, subsidiary. Duration or term is 5 consecutive years, and thereafterwards he could be reappointed, but it requires a special resolution for every reappointment. The normal appointment of a independent director is approved at the meeting of shareholders by ordinary resolution. A small shareholder director can be there only for one term of a maximum period of 3 years. He cannot be reappointed. Small shareholder means where the holding in nominal value is not exceeding rupees 20,000. To elect a director, small shareholders need the support of 1,000 shareholders or 10% of the total number of small shareholders holding value of not more than 20,000 rupees, and the support of 1,000 shareholders or 10%, whichever is lower, is required to elect a director. With that support, he could be appointed. A woman director is required to be appointed by a company, minimum one number, where the paid up capital is 100 crores or more or turnover is 300 crores or more on the last date of the latest audited financial statement. Whole-time director is a director in the whole-time employment of the company. A managing director and a whole-time director should meet the minimum age requirement of 21 years. 70 years is the maximum age for a managing director, but shareholders can give approval for the appointment once a person crosses 70 years for his continuation or appointment as a managing director, whole-time director or manager. ESOP treats a director as an employee. The director may be whole-time director or not, but ESOP doesn't apply to independent director because he is not treated as an employee. Small shareholders need support of at least 1,000 such shareholders or 10% of the total number of small shareholders to appoint a small shareholder director. 100 crores capital or 300 crores turnover. If the company has got it, then it should appoint at least one woman director. Whole-time director is a director in the whole-time employment of the company. Minimum age limit is 21 years to be appointed as a managing director or whole-time director. 70 years is the maximum age, but appointment is possible beyond 70 if the shareholders consent to it. with an approval in the meeting by way of a resolution. Employee stock options scheme treats a director as an employee. However, independent director is not an employee. A sitting fee of not exceeding rupees 1 lakh could be paid per meeting of the board or per meeting of the committee of the board. The managerial remuneration of a public company can have a remuneration not exceeding 11% of the net profits of the company, and the managerial remuneration is inclusive of remuneration to managing director and whole-time director. In the years of nil profit or inadequate profits, it is not obligatory for a company to pay remuneration to its directors in any financial year. A listed company shall constitute an audit committee comprising of minimum of 3 directors. Nomination committee assists the board in identifying prospective directors from among the members or employees or the team members of the company. A director who was removed from office cannot be reappointed by the board of directors in whatever capacity, be it a casual vacancy or additional director. Means a removed director is not eligible for reappointment even as an appointee of the board. Sitting fee not to exceed 1 lakh per meeting of board or committee of the board. Total managerial remuneration shall not exceed 11% in respect of a public company to its directors, including managing director and whole-time director. In years of no profits or inadequate profits, remuneration need not be paid to the directors. Board of directors of a listed company shall constitute an audit committee, and that audit committee will have minimum of 3 directors. Nomination committee's job is to find prospective directors for the board. A director who was removed from office by the shareholders cannot be reappointed by the board of directors in any vacancy. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.